Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming episode 4 of 2021 of my Will I Buy It series. This video was inspired by Samantha March and I have all the accounts I use to create this video in my description box. So I would highly recommend checking those out if you're interested. Without further blubbering, let's get into it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I just want to say a quick hello. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. Today I'm so excited because there's so many beautiful new releases that we get to talk about. And if you guys are interested in hearing about new releases, seeing swatches on my skin tone, hearing about first impressions, I would highly recommend subscribing to my channel, turning on that bell so you are notified every time I post a video, which is pretty much every other day. So you do get quite a bit of content from me, which I feel like that's a good time. I love to watch YouTube. So yeah, anyway, let me move on over to the side here so we can get started. Okay friends, so I'm filming this on Valentine's Day, so the first thing on Trend Mood is of course these new Love and Lust gloss duos that Pat McGrath just launched. They're kind of adorable. I really think I should probably get these. Plus it's Flesh and Flesh Fantasy, which I already own in the full size, but this packaging is so adorable and I feel like hearts are like my favorite like shape these days. I don't know, I have so many heart earrings, necklaces. I've just really noticed that I'm really into heart-shaped things, which I've never noticed about myself before. So do with that information what you will, but I think I'm gonna go get these. They're so cute. So another new launch that's happening today is from Melt Cosmetics. So they are launching a pocket size collection, and basically it is your favorite Melt products in smaller sizes. So they have a mini nude set with ultra matte lipsticks. There is a mini red set with ultra matte lipsticks, and then a neutral brown petite eyeshadow stack, 4 staple matte shadows in neutral tones, and 1 shimmer champagne. I think I saw a few sneak peeks of this on Melt's website. It looks interesting, but it's not anything I would use on a daily basis. So it's an easy pass for me. But I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the Kaja bento boxes, which I already have one of those and I don't really travel with my makeup, so I don't know what I would really do with something like this. I also recently acquired this little guy from ColourPop and I really like this formula. So I don't know. I feel like there's so many mini versions of eyeshadow really that it's going to be tough for Melt to compete. I guess if you're a huge Melt stan, you might want to pick these up, but it's an easy pass for me. So here's something. This is kind of cringe, but I'm low-key excited and I feel like I'm already gonna buy this. So Too Faced is sneak peeking this new collection, and I think the theme is like bear, but they're going like teddy bear, and bear spelled like bear skin. So there is a palette which honestly looks like a snooze fest. But the thing that's getting me is that highlighter. So you guys know I love to collect bear things because my husband loves bears. So I have like the Moschino bears all over my makeup room. And I feel like I need this bear highlighter. So whenever it comes out, I'm going to be buying it. Yes, I'm buying it for the packaging. It's adorable, okay? I don't know if it's going to work well or not, but I've already decided that I want it because the packaging is adorable. Okay, so this palette is so beautiful. I saw Viseart launched a new palette. This is the Love Letter Attendu, I think is how you say it. And it is $44. It is a blissful bouquet of enticing shimmers, undertones of soft peach and rose petal, and stirring green hues, I think I said that right, to awaken a vision of Paris in the springtime. Honestly, I totally get the inspiration of this. It's stunning. I love the shade Blooming in here. It's so beautiful. It's like a pistachio green shade. I would have considered this palette if I hadn't just made a purchase from Viseart. I actually picked up a palette from them that is on its way to me. I don't know when it's going to get to me, but as soon as it does, I am planning on filming a video with that palette. So I'm going to pass on this one because I haven't even gotten the one I ordered yet. So I'm passing, but I do think this is an interesting color story. It's a little light for my taste, but I totally get the idea of the inspiration. Those 4 shades, the green, the purple, the peach, and the champagne-y peach color, I think that would have made like a really cute 4-pan palette. You know, Viseart recently did those little quads, and I think that color combination would make a really cute quad. Okay, so here is a collection that a lot of you guys were kind of roasting on my community tab. KKW launched 2 collections. It's the Matte Mauve collection and the Matte Honey collection. Honestly, I think this is so on brand for her. It's not my personal makeup aesthetic, but I think it's very KKW. I like how all the packaging has that monochromatic look. I think that's really cute. There's some really beautiful attention to detail. And I used to collect her palettes, and then I like realized that I don't really like her palettes enough to collect them. But I think that if you collect these palettes, if you like her makeup aesthetic, I just feel like these would look so beautiful with her other palettes, because a lot of her palettes have been like more nude tone palettes. So it'll be so fun to have these pops of yellow and purple in the collection. Like, I think the aesthetic is really beautiful. As far as the price point, it's pretty true to the KKW line. The eyeshadow palettes are 45 bucks and the lippies look really nice. Then the blushes are $28 each. So I really like the vibe of this. It looks very grown up and sexy. And I love a good purple palette. I love a good neutral palette, but these are not it for me. So I will be passing on those. And Fenty launched a new eye cream. So this is the Flash Nap Instant Revival Eye Cream. I feel like I could use that right now because I'm feeling so sleepy. I just got the eye cream from Good Molecules, so I'm working on trying to use that up. So I don't really need another eye cream right now. I haven't really heard the best things about Fenty Skin. I'm definitely curious about it because it seems like the price point is really good. I mean, even this eye cream is like $32, which I don't think is horrible considering how expensive skincare can be. I feel like the face wash and the toner and the lotion really didn't get very good reviews, so I'm gonna sit that one out. Okay, so Nabla launched this new mascara, and I feel like a lot of people are really interested in it because of the packaging. So this is the Vicious Mascara, and it says it's an extra volume mascara that immediately intensifies the lashes from root, leaving the tips elongated and lifted and separated. So this is 23.90 euros, which I think, would it make it like a high-end price in conversion? No, the euro is lower, I think, than the dollar. So probably around $20, which honestly, like, I love the packaging and stuff, but I don't really want to pay 20 bucks for a mascara, if I'm being honest. I prefer to purchase drugstore mascaras. I did get one of the Nabla mascaras in the Trend Mood takeover box that Nabla did, and it was really nice. I could see myself picking this up if it gets really good reviews, if it comes to like Ulta, but as far as picking it up from the Nabla website itself, I think it's going to be a pass for me. So this BFF collection from BH Cosmetics and Alondra and Elise, I believe. They are best friends and they collabed on this collection with BH Cosmetics. I really don't know how to feel about this palette. I really feel like I need to see it in person. In some PR pictures, it looks really cool and interesting, like those blues with the pastels looks really fun. And then in some pictures, it looks like such a jumble. So I wasn't gonna buy this on the BH website because BH website is so hit or miss. Sometimes you get really fast shipping, and then sometimes it's like 3 months later your package shows up. So I decided to wait and see, and it did come in stock on Ulta, so I did end up grabbing it because I'm low-key very curious about this eyeshadow palette, and if I can get it on Ulta, I don't feel too bad about it. So we'll see. As soon as I get it in, I'll probably film a video. They also did a face palette, which looks nice. It's like very peachy. I really don't need any more face products, so that's an easy pass for me. And then each of the girls has their own lip kit. So there is a Alejandra's faves and then Elisa's faves, and they look really nice, very neutral shades. I think they chose shades that will work on many different skin tones and skin types, so I think that's really nice. But none of that appealed to me. I was slightly curious about the eyeshadow palette, so I did grab it. But I have a feeling I'm not going to love it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm curious. And I haven't bought anything from BH Cosmetics since they did the Lost in Los Angeles palette. So I feel pretty okay buying one palette to try out. Okay, here is a new launch from Good Molecules. they launched a BHA clarifying gel cream, and this is for soothing irritated blemish prone skin with the help of a weightless gel formula. It has salicylic acid and centella acetica extract, whatever that means, to help you maintain a clear complexion. $10. So I am a Good Molecules affiliate. Sometimes I get PR from them, but I don't get everything in PR. I do have the eye cream. I really like that. I like their pineapple enzyme cleanser, and I like their eye patches, and I actually have their skincare fridge. Totally scored that during Black Friday for 20 bucks, and I keep my skincare in there down in my beauty room. But some of their products I'm not a big fan of, so we'll see. This isn't really something I need because I don't have very blemish prone skin. So because of that, I don't feel like I need to go ahead and spend money on this right now. But if I do end up getting it in PR, I will definitely test it out and keep you guys posted on my thoughts. Okay, here is something I want so badly. I have been hanging out with the wrong crowd here on YouTube. All of a sudden, I'm noticing like all of the bougie YouTubers and their Chanel purchases, and I'm like, listen, I want to be that girl. I want to be that girl that buys Chanel. So they have this beautiful, absolutely beautiful highlighter that they just launched. It's limited edition, $70, and it looks absolutely stunning. There's also 2 blushes from Chanel that I really, really want, but I added everything to my cart and it was like over $200, and I'm like, I don't know if I can part with $200 of my hard-earned money on 3 makeup products. Like it's a little bit like you start to sweat and stuff like that, because usually I'll like spend that on like Pat McGrath, but then Pat McGrath has like a firm not endorsing that you get on a payment plan for makeup, but that just helps me like, make those bigger purchases without feeling too guilty, because I can like break them up into payments. But Chanel doesn't have that, okay? Chanel is a very high-end luxury designer brand. They don't do credit. They don't do like payment plans. You either buy it or you get the fuck out. So I'm really interested in this. I just don't know if I can part with the money. I love this shade. I think this is going to be so flattering on my skin tone, so that's another reason I'm interested in it, because I always thought of Chanel makeup as too light for my skin tone, and this one has me really, really curious. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on if I make the plunge. You guys will be, of course, updated by me. Okay, so we're gonna talk about probably the most controversial thing I saw this week, and that's that Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics is going into Ulta Beauty. And I'm low-key saying a little prayer for Jaclyn Hill to the makeup gods, because I swear, like, she was on such a like upward trajectory, and then I feel like, you know how you see like graphs, they go like up and then they come like plummeting down. So I feel like that's where she like went up and then she started plummeting down when she did her lipstick line. And the thing is, there's always some kind of disaster, and it's never her fault. It's always like she trusted the wrong person, or the lab fucked up, or something like that. So I'm really hoping that with partnering with Ulta Beauty, she'll really like get her shit together, because, regardless of what happens on your own website, when you're working with a bigger retailer and you screw up, like, it's really gonna look bad on her. And there's no way she's going to get any other retailers if she screws up with Ulta, as far as I'm concerned. So very, very curious to see how this will go. Plus, the other thing I'm confused about is like, what product is she going to carry at Ulta? Because the lipsticks are like basically non-existent. And then she did like a highlighter collection, which I did try and it was nice, but that was limited edition, so I don't think you can buy it anymore. So very curious to see if she'll launch a whole new collection when she launches at Ulta, or if she will be restocking some older products. I'm sending her positive vibes because I feel like she always has the worst luck when she has these like amazing opportunities. Something bad happens and then, she has to start all over again. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hopeful. Okay, so the next thing is this new Valentine's Day eyeshadow palette from Violet Voss. It's called the Cherry Much by Violet Voss. So this palette reminds me so much of my ColourPop Whatever palette. Therefore, I definitely don't need it. I'm also wearing the new Romance palette today on my eyes. This video is already up. It went up on Valentine's Day. So if you want to hear my first impression thoughts on this palette, I would highly recommend checking that out. But the shades from the swatches remind me a lot of the shades in the new Romantic palette, so I will be passing on this palette. I feel like Violet Voss has really started like amping up their launches, so I don't know if something has changed at Violet Voss, but I hope it means that the brand will continue to grow and work on their packaging and work on their distribution and work on their quality. I think that will be really good. I feel like Violet Voss was one of those brands that was definitely popularized by bigger influencers. Like I totally remember like Manny, Laura, Nicole Concilio, like they used to all talk about Violet Voss, and I feel like Violet Voss has kind of taken a little nosedive, so I think it'll be fun to see if they can turn it around. I feel like that always interests me when brands can turn things around for themselves. I mean, look at BH Cosmetics. I feel like most of us wouldn't have bought from BH Cosmetics like 2 years ago, and now they're like the it brand of the drugstore, which honestly I wasn't sure was gonna happen. I also want to mention 2 newer launches that I've already done videos on. So I did get my hands on the Nomad Cosmetics Shanghai palette. This is what it looks like. I already posted my video, and at the time I'm filming this Will I Buy It, it should be available. And this is a really nice palette. Obviously you can head on over to my first impressions to hear more about it, but I do have this palette and I did want to include it in this video because it is a new release. I also have my Club Nebula palette. This is restocking on the 17th, so if you want to get your hands on this palette, I would highly recommend being ready because I have a feeling it's gonna sell out. I know Angie mentioned in her new makeup releases video that this is probably going to be the final restock. They are trying to restock the palette again because it looks like it's been selling really well. I mean, is anybody surprised? It's Angie, of course, and Kaleidos. So I'm not surprised, but they're not sure if they're going to be able to restock it. So if you have the slightest inkling to buy this palette, I would highly recommend being ready for when that restock happens because I would hate for you guys to miss out on this product. And then the other new launch that I picked up was the Kosas powder. I'm actually wearing this guy today. So far it seems nice. I haven't had any like major thoughts on this yet because I haven't really used it that much. I feel like with complexion products I really make up my mind after I've worn it a few times, so I will keep you guys posted. I will be demoing this product in many upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. So the next new launch is something that Sigma actually sent me in the mail. So they launched a new collection. This is their studio collection. I actually used all of these brushes in my Urban Decay Naked Wild West first impressions video, so if you want to see these brushes in action, I would highly recommend. These feel so nice. They feel so weighted and they work really, really nicely. So I'm very, very grateful to Sigma for sending me new brushes. It's so nice to get some nice high-end brushes in my collection because brushes can be really expensive. So anytime I don't have to buy something for my makeup collection, it means I can take that money and put it towards an eyeshadow palette. I know. I really think these things through. But these brushes are very nice and I would highly recommend. There's 4 of them. So there's a bronzer brush, a tapered cheek brush, a skin perfector brush, and a kabuki brush, which I love their kabuki brushes for cream products, for foundations, and things like that. Okay, here's something I actually already purchased. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. So Marc Jacobs launched the Cafe Collection, and it basically consists of 3 products. There is a Extra Shot Caffeine Concealer and Foundation. Then there are 2 face palettes, so the Omega 3 Powder Blush and Bronzer Highlight Palette. And there's also a Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon in some new shades. Now, not really interested in the gel eye crayons, not really interested in a new foundation because I honestly have been trying a lot of new foundations and I kind of want to decide which ones I like before I get more foundations. So I did pass on that. But if you guys don't know, I love a good coffee. I love putting milk in my coffee. And so I tried really hard to resist, but I did end up getting the Tantalized Glow in the shade 250, which is the more medium tone blush, bronzer, and highlighter compact. Honestly, I really feel like I bought this for the packaging because it looks so beautiful. Like, I didn't buy this at launch. I definitely saw people posting videos about it and I was like, oh my god, I can't resist that packaging. So I did end up picking it up. So I'm just waiting for it to come in the mail. It should be here soon and I'll definitely be talking about it in a future video. I can't remember if we talked about this reveal, but Menagerie showed the inside of their Flight Club palettes. I think this is basically what most people thought this was going to be. I did think maybe they would include a few greens just because it's a fruit bat and there were some green shades in the packaging. But this looks like a purple palette. It looks beautiful. A lot of you commented on my community post that it reminded you of the Viseart Etendu palette, I think it's called. It's like a purple violet themed palette. And I sort of agree, but I'm very excited for this because Menagerie used to have a 6-pan eyeshadow palette that was purple themed called the Violet Ink palette, which they did discontinue. So maybe they are trying to do 12-pan eyeshadow palettes instead of doing the mini palettes. I'm not really sure. I do have the Violet Ink palette, so I am planning on purchasing this. It is launching at like 2 a.m. my time on like a Saturday or Sunday night, so I don't know if I will get to it in time. Sometimes these palettes sell out before I can even get to them, so I might miss it. I don't know. I have gotten PR from Menagerie in the past, but none of that is ever guaranteed, so we'll see. I will keep my eyes out. And if I do end up getting it before launch, I will for sure do a video with swatches for you guys. Okay, here's something I really want. I really want this, but I don't need any more blush. So this is the new Sunset Blush collection from Vive, and she launched 5 beautiful shades. We have Pesca, which is a toasted orange, Cherub, which is a delicate rose, Sorbet, which is a warm fuzzy peach, Piazza, which is a molten bronze, and Malbec, which is a rich burgundy. I really want Pesca, I really want Sorbet, and I really want Piazza. And I actually asked you guys on my community tab if I could get one shade. Which shade do you think I should get? And a lot of you had voted for Sorbet. Like, Sorbet was like outperforming everyone in that vote, but I haven't purchased it yet. I keep adding it into my cart. The thing is, like, it's shipping international and the price is in pounds. So 23 pounds each is quite a bit of money for a blush for me, especially because I have so many blushes and I hardly feel like I use the ones I have enough. So I really can't justify it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. Maybe I'll want something else from Cult Beauty so I don't just order like 5 blushes to get free shipping. But yeah, those look absolutely stunning. I know a few of my friends picked them up, so I'd be curious to hear if you guys picked any of those up as well. Another new release that I already filmed a video on is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. So honestly, I don't really know what possessed me to buy this other than I thought it would make a fun video for you guys. I know people that watch my channel really like colorful eyeshadow, but some of you actually really like neutral eyeshadows as well. And I thought this was the perfect like neutral with a pop of color that was mainstream that everybody could kind of get easily. Because I think sometimes with indie makeup, it can be intimidating for people that don't like to shop indie makeup. They feel safer buying stuff they can get from stores like Ulta and Sephora. And I totally get it. So thank you guys so much for checking out that video and using my link to shop. It means so much to me and it just means that I can put more into my channel. So I really like the palette so far. I've only used it once, but I really like the eye look, and this palette actually made me just so happy and reminded me so much of the joy I felt from the original Urban Decay Naked palette, which I did not feel from the Reloaded palette. Like, I thought the Reloaded palette was so sad that I wish they had never done it. But this Urban Decay Wild West palette definitely feels more like the Urban Decay I used to know and love when I was in college and I only used to wear neutral makeup. I think this is such a fun palette. Definitely recommend if you are still on the hunt for like a good Valentine's Day gift or you just want to treat yourself. I think this is a really fun palette. And I would highly recommend checking out my video if you guys are curious to see swatches or the eye look I created with the palette. The YouTube hustle is so real because I'm currently uploading my Valentine's Day video while I'm filming this one. Next, I want to talk about the Make It Black Pull Up for Change partnership that they did with a few different brands. So they partnered with ColourPop. I saw Maybelline, I think, Morphe. There were a few brands that they partnered with, and I think the products were available on Ulta. I actually grabbed a black lipstick from this collection. I think Maybelline did their Superstay lipstick in a black. I'm very excited because that's a product I've wanted to try. I'll keep you guys posted once that gets there, but ColourPop did a whole dedicated collection, and there's some beautiful Super Shocks, and they did a palette in this format with a bunch of very poppy colors. They also did some lipsticks and looks like lip liners and things like that. There's also a NYX collection, so there's a bunch of very popular products from different brands that they put in this special black packaging, and then all proceeds from that will go to support Black founders through a newly established Pull Up for Change Impact Fund. So that sounds very interesting. I think that's a really interesting way for the beauty community to raise funds, so I'm very excited to see where this goes. I hope that we see some updates on how the money is being used, and I think this is a great way for us to be involved in something and put it towards a bigger cause. So let me know if you guys picked anything up from the Pull Up for Change collections that were launched online. Okay, so I didn't get to talk about Jaclyn Hill's Valentine's Day mystery boxes, but I feel like her mystery box launch is kind of going to set the tone for her launch at Ulta, and this is why I'm scared for her, because even her mystery box launch didn't go well. Like, it's bad enough that she had given people her time that the things were going to launch at, and then everything launched early, so then it all sold out before I think the launch time even came. Apparently it was a whole nightmare, not to mention the fact that she was launching mystery boxes with products that didn't exist in her line, so nobody actually knew what was going on. Some of the products included in these mystery boxes were highlighters, and people were like, I don't know if this highlighter is going to work for my skin tone. What if I get a really light highlighter and I'm a deep skin tone? So many valid concerns, and the brand just doesn't give a fuck. Like, I swear, Jaclyn Hill's makeup line would be like, this is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship, and somebody would be like, Jaclyn, I don't think this is a good idea, and she's like, no, this is how we're gonna do it, and that's that. Like, that's how I picture this company is being run, because not a whole lot of it makes sense. Like, I don't know, I work for a brand, we have a website, I don't think we could do shit like this and get away with it, so I don't really know why Jaclyn does. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm always just so, like, puzzled. Like, I feel like it's very valid for consumers to say things like, hey, not only are you a confirmed liar, like you actually make up shit to sell us crappy products and then you cover your ass by making up even more stories. But then she just does stuff like this and launches mystery boxes and sells out before the launch time, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, she doesn't even have any product. I'm very curious about how the unboxings are gonna go for this mystery box. I know Teresa is Dead snagged a box, and you know, she likes to keep it 100, so I can't wait to see what she does with that unboxing, because I'm very curious. I don't doubt the products are gonna be good, because I do have her highlighter palette and it's a nice palette. It's just that, like, you kind of wonder, like, does anybody have like a plan when she launches stuff, or does she just go for it and then nobody corrects her because she's the boss? Okay, so Milk Makeup is on a little rampage. They've got some new products, including a ultra cushiony gel lip plumper, and this has Szechuan pepper for an immediate electric yet comfortable tingling sensation. Oh my god. Somebody please find the person that wrote that description and ask them, like, how they kept a straight face when they presented that this lip gloss has a Szechuan pepper that creates a immediate electric yet comfortable tingling sensation. Like, just go get a pepper and rub it on your lips and see if you get a electric yet comfortable tingling sensation. Because me and my husband had Indian food last night and he asked for extra spicy, and he looked like he was gonna, like his head was gonna pop off because it was so hot. But that was his own fault because he likes spicy food, but then they always either make it not hot enough or too hot, so he's always like in limbo there. So I blame him for that. But listen, if you want a spicy pepper tingling sensation on your lips, that's on you. They also launched a color chalk, which looks like it would be a cute idea, but I'm not trying to pay money for this. Like if Milk Makeup wants to send me their color chalks, I'll try them out. I almost bought one just so I could make a video on it, but I didn't. So these are basically multi-use products. So they're for your eyelids, your cheeks, your lips, and they have a buildable shimmering payoff. They come in a peel-off wrapper and portable reusable tube and can be used wet or dry. So I did see a demo of this on the interwebs, but I don't know, guys. I'm not 100% convinced about that situation. So it's an easy pass on those new Milk Makeup products for me. I want to talk about two new brands that are launching at Sephora. So the first one is LYS Beauty, which is basically Love Yourself. It is a Black-owned beauty brand, and the price point is really great. So they have a matte bronzer in 5 shades for $18, a serum foundation for $22, matte cream blush for $16, and a primer for $20. There's also a setting powder for $18. There's a lip treatment for $12 and brushes, and this is all launching on February 19th. So I am very curious about this brand. I would love to pick up some things from them to try out, especially the bronzer and the other face products. So let me know down in the comments, would you guys like to see me do a almost full face of LYS Beauty? I would love to hear your thoughts. The other brand that launched at Sephora is Westman Atelier, and it's a very, very pricey, high-end, luxurious makeup brand. And honestly, this looks very interesting. I personally would rather buy the Chanel highlighter I really want than any of these products, but it's definitely something I'm curious about. I've seen Michelle Wong do quite a few videos dedicated to Westman Atelier, so I would recommend checking her out if you are looking for any reviews on that. I don't know if I talked about Lady Balls by Too Faced or if I've just heard so many people roast this whole line called Lady Balls. This is their new lipstick, and it is a empowering with lightweight, comfortable texture. How dare he talk about texture when the lipstick's called Lady Balls? I actually have a penis lipstick. I wonder if I could find it. So like years ago, I went to this bachelorette party, and of course they handed out these like penis shaped lipsticks, and I kept it because, I mean, it's lipstick and it's literally in the shape of a penis, but that is definitely more grotesque than a lipstick called Lady Balls, but I don't know, this is pretty close. It says, it smoothens the appearance of lip lines, non-bleeding, creamy texture, feather resistant in 12 shades. I feel like this was one of those collections that didn't need to exist. Like, there's so many. If you want to feel empowered, go on over to Propa Beauty, buy yourself some wonderful lipsticks. They all have very empowering names. Like, I have mine right here. So some of the names are Fighter, Wictress, Profits. We have Finesse, we have Maiden, Empower. Like, if you want to empower women, just come up with an empower line. We don't need lady balls. Like, I don't consider myself a prude at all, but I do try to look at things from multiple perspectives, and I feel like for the most part, most people would feel pretty just like weirded out by a lipstick called Lady Balls. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, how's the marketing gonna look for that? Like, what imagery are you gonna use? Just like red lipstick and no mention of balls? Like, ugh. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I get it. Like, I get that you can use, like, lady balls in a sentence, but, like, why would I want that in a lipstick? Like, I want to feel brave, and, you know, sometimes I tell myself, like, grow a pair, like, get it done. So I get that, but, like, I still don't feel like lady balls in a lipstick makes any sense. Also, if you really go into it and, like, analyze the other more deeper meanings of like misogyny and how if you're trying to empower women but you're actually saying like grow some balls, like that whole thing. I don't even know how to start dissecting that on my channel, but I don't feel like it's really going to empower women if you make them a lipstick called Lady Balls. Like, I think I'd rather go with like ovaries, like the ovary lipsticks, or the tits lipsticks, or anything. Just like so many other, like we could do the vagina lipsticks. Like, I feel like I could work with some of that. But Lady Balls, I don't know. It's not for me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. So we have a new collection from Lunar Beauty. They launched faux mink lashes. Honestly, I'm not a huge lash person, but I think it's a fun launch. I'm just ready to see like more highlighters, blushes, and things like that from Manny. So I understand that it's a weird time in the world right now. And something that I've noticed just from my personal life is a lot of things are selling out. A lot of suppliers are very low in stock of things. So I think that's going to affect like makeup production at some point. I mean, this is just my guess. So keep that in mind when you're like waiting for things and you're, you know, ordering product and things are delayed. Keep that in mind that even though it seems like the panoramic has kind of settled down and now that the elections are over and things are kind of quieting down, it hasn't really changed that much behind the scenes as far as business goes. I know personally, the small business I work for, we are so low on supplies. We are months out for getting new stock in. So just keep that in mind. You know, give brands a little bit of leniency. Give the postal service a little bit of leniency. I know it's hard. Trust me, it sucks for me too. But I just want to remind you guys that things are still not back to normal, and that's okay if we have to be a little bit inconvenienced. So people working in warehouses and essential workers are being safe and protected from the virus, then that is always a good thing, okay? So I just wanted to mention that. And just because things are getting better in the US, or you might be seeing better progress in the town or the state that you live in, it doesn't mean that that's how it is everywhere else in the world, nor in our own country. So I just wanted to offer that PSA because like I know my dad just headed back home and things are so different in Sri Lanka. Like people are still quarantining and it's just such a weird vibe. So just pray for the world, send out positive vibes because our world really needs that right now. Okay, let's talk about this palette by Rado. I think I talked about this. I'm not sure, you guys. I might be repeating myself. But this is the Prismic eyeshadow palette. I saw a fabulous video that Kinky Sweat did with that particular palette. So I would highly recommend checking out her video. I was never planning on buying this palette, but she did such an in-depth, thorough review. And she talked about the owner of the brand and some of the history and the inspiration behind this palette that I thought it was so informative. And I almost thought, hey, should I buy this? But in the end, I think I realized it was just not my favorite palette. So it was an easy pass for me. But if you guys are curious about it, highly recommend checking out Alicia's video. The next new collection that was so beautiful, this is the Ride or Die collection from Ofra Cosmetics. So they launched some new blush duos and liquid blushes, which I don't think Ofra has ever done liquid blush before. Correct me if I'm wrong. It would have been fun to pick up some of this stuff, but I don't need any more blush. And even though there's so many beautiful blushes coming out right now, I need to remind myself that I need to use some of it up. So I'm very happy to report that I hit pan. I hit pan on my Samantha March X Ofra River Bronzer. I'm so excited. So I just wanted to celebrate that with you guys. And I think this collection is so stunning, so let me know if you picked anything up from that. Okay, so now let's talk about some indie makeup. Alien Cosmetics just launched a collaboration with a creator named Capricorn. I'm not familiar with the creator, and it looks like it's an all matte, very colorful palette. I actually did purchase a palette from Alien Cosmetics that I need to create a video on. It's in my pile of palettes that I want to show on my channel, so that will happen eventually. So I'm not going to go ahead and purchase more from them because I already have something and I want to try it out, but It does look very fun and colorful, so if you're into colorful mattes, this might be it for you. It's Belle launched a new lip gloss collection, so they launched 5 new neutral looking lippies. These are so cute. I feel like It's Belle is such a up and coming brand. They had the very successful Break the Rules palette, and I'm very excited because I got in on the pre-order, so my palette should be shipping soon, and I cannot wait to play with that palette on camera for you guys. We also have some details on the new Adept palette, and I posted this on my Instagram stories, and I was like, after the lesson I learned with Plain Jane, there's no way I'm missing the Ninfadril palette. So basically, this is our new palette. It isn't all shimmers. There are a few mattes. I do like Adept's matte eyeshadows, so I'm very excited. The shimmers look so promising. I'm so excited. It's definitely more of a cool tone, smoky looking palette. So I cannot wait to get my hands on this. It is $68. I have a bunch of friends that have codes with Adept Cosmetics, and I just can't wait. I need you guys to let me know as soon as this launches, because my ass is not missing this palette launch like the Plain Jane. So, oh, I'm so excited. That first shade, ACI 20, looks right up my alley. This is so, so beautiful, and I am so excited for Adept Cosmetics. So, Midas Cosmetics, I am an affiliate of the brand. They launched a Valentine's collection, and I'm so pumped because they're sending it to me. So there is a beautiful, beautiful cake liner palette, which is greens and reds, which I think go so well together. And then they also have a few lipsticks that they launched. They are sending this palette my way, so look for a video on that. And then they are teasing a collaboration palette that is launching towards the end of February. It's called the Genesis palette. And this is a collaboration between Midas Cosmetics and Drench Cosmetics. And they are celebrating Black History Month, which I think is such a good collaboration. I'm so excited to see the shades. I don't know if the outside is a sneak peek to the inside, but I would not be mad if there are some blue shades in this palette. And Midas Cosmetics eyeshadow formula is so, so good. So I will keep you guys posted on that collection when I hear more about it. Okay, so this collection I missed and I am so salty about. So Temi Tanuka is coming out with a new palette, and it's absolutely stunning. It's like north and like south themed, and this is a crazy story, but right before my dad left, I was having a really hard time sleeping, and so I literally woke up at 3 a.m. on Sunday, which was the time the palette launched in Russia. And I was on my phone and I was looking at the palette and I was trying to like add it to cart, but I couldn't figure out what it was saying to me because the website's in Russian. And so I was like, oh, I'll just wake up in the morning and buy it. No big deal. I even contemplated like going to my laptop and using Google Translate to order, but I was like, let me just stay in bed. So I didn't end up doing it. And then I was so bummed because when I woke up in the morning, it was sold out. And honestly, this color story doesn't really seem like my kind of color story, but I think I like that about this palette. It's a little bit different. It kind of reminds me of one of the Pat McGrath Mothership palettes, the one with that one green single shadow. It's kind of like a cool tone vibe, so I kind of dig it, and the swatches of this palette look so stunning. So it sold out so freaking quick, and I'm so bummed, but it looks like it's gonna restock sometime in the future, in a month or so is what they said. So I will be keeping my eyes peeled on their website. I also picked up a different palette from them. My order has not arrived yet, so I will keep you guys posted on that. Okay, I also saw this really cute sneak peek on Melanin Makeup Spotlight. So this is a spotlight for new releases from Black-owned makeup brands, women of color focused beauty brands. And so I will link it in my description box for you guys to check out if you're interested. But they posted this sneak peek of a collection from the Crayon Case. Now, I believe Crayon Case was in a bit of hot water with some things. I think Jen Loves Reviews did a very thorough review on their Crayon Case palette. But honestly, these palettes look super cute. They're a bunch of monochromatic palettes that are notebook themed. How adorable is that? Like, honestly, I really like that. I will definitely be keeping my eye out for that collection, because I would love to see more information on it. Also, I saw this palette from Violet Voss. I haven't seen anyone post about it, but it's a palette called the Pinky Promise palette, and it's a neutral palette, so it reminds me kind of the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, and they have some other neutral palettes, but this is a 12 pan palette, so I do think it's very cute. I'm probably gonna get canceled by Angelica for saying this, but I really like the color stories they're doing. Their packaging could definitely use some work, but I really like the Violet Voss formula, so if they could work on getting some of these palettes that they're launching into Sephora quicker, I think it would really help them. And I think if they go for a more sophisticated packaging, that would really help them as well, because I've always thought their packaging was tacky, and it seems like they haven't really learned too much about how to up their packaging game. Also saw this really pretty green eyeshadow palette from Makeup Maniac Cosmetics. I haven't shopped from them before, but this is their Green Goddess 3 eyeshadow palette. The thing is, I haven't tried anything from Makeup Maniac Cosmetics, and I wasn't completely blown away by the swatches, so I did end up passing on it. But I would love to hear if you guys have tried the brand and what your thoughts are on it. Okay guys, that is it for my Will I Buy It video. I upload these every other week, so definitely make sure you check back for episode number 5. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I always try to make these videos short, but it seems like a really impossible task because I really like to talk about new makeup. So let me know what makeup launch you are really excited for this week. Don't forget to tag me in makeup releases that you see that you would like to hear me talk about in these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next video soon. Bye!